Well, for multinational company moving an employee from one country to another, it is already a very complicated process. There are contracts, there are immigration documents, there are relocation arrangements as well. With that, there are housing. There may be a family travel, there may be a project waiting for that employee. Now, add a sudden immigration rule change. Well, that is what happened around Canada's C20 reciprocal employment pathway. According to the Canadian guidelines, IRCC introduced restrictive guidance on July 29th that required foreign workers using the E20 route to demonstrate an existing employment relationship abroad. That immediately created concern for companies that were planning to bring international workers into the Canadian positions. Then, less than 10 days later, on August 6th, the restrictive wordings were withdrawn. The explanation was that the restrictive wordings had been published because of the document control error. Now, for somebody sitting outside Canada waiting for a work permit, that may sound like a technical government mistake. But immigration rules are not just words on the website. Ladies and gentlemen, people make life decisions based on those words. An employee may resign from a job. A company may book relocation. A family may prepare to move. A child may be prepared to change school. A company may schedule a project around a worker's arrival, and then a sentence in an immigration document, it changes. Suddenly, everything has to be reviewed again. Well, C20, it is an important part because it is an LMIA-exempt pathway under Canada's International Mobility Program. It can provide flexibility to certain reciprocal employment arrangements, and that too without going through the full labor market impact assessment process. So when the guidance it suddenly becomes more restrictive, companies had reason to worry here. And when it was withdrawn, employers and workers received some kind of relief here. But then there is a larger lesson here. Immigration systems are becoming dynamic. You cannot always assume that a rule you read 6 months ago will be exactly the same today. You cannot assume that an immigration pathway will remain untouched while you are preparing your application. And you cannot assume that a government website is merely administrative information. For international workers, that information can decide whether they get on the plane or not. And yes, now from Canada, we move to Britain, where immigration policy is taking another approach. Well, instead of simply asking how long you have lived in the country, Britain is increasingly asking another question: how much do you earn now?